Karibu sana to another, yes, it is me, unacheki sura yangu. Karibu sana to another Mziki ya Wiki 2.0 edition. On this special edition ni 50 weeks of Mziki ya Wiki 2.0. So kwa Mziki ya Wiki 2.0 50, nafanya 50 song reviews. Naam, you've heard that correct. Stay tuned for 50 tracks, 50 reviews. But kwanza, tusome a comment from our previous video, then tuanze. Ngoma ya kwanza kwa list ya last week ilikuwa So Dizzy So High ya Rumbi na Jamie. Rumbi alikomment akini quote, classic Rumbi, akaifollow na 2 laughter emojis, akasema big facts. It's always nice to come back to the sounds I started with. Asante sana Rumbi for following the series and for checking out the review na kunipatia sentiments zako. Sasa let's get to our 50 songs za hii wiki. This, if you're a budding critic or a critic mwenye ni professional, is something I don't recommend you try. Do not try this at home. Let's get started. Nilishare Facebook, Twitter na Instagram, nikaambia watu wanipatie suggestions za ngoma za kureview for this special edition. Nilipata some responses, they are as follow. Ngoma ya kwanza ni suggestion ya Millers from Twitter at Millers__ na ni single yake latest dedicated to bowling. Produced by Offspin UK and Wate, mixed and mastered by Wate. Kuanza, the intro, akimention the producer, ana sound vile calligraph sound akisema it's Vince on the beat. Then, delivery yake inahitaji kazi kama to the engineering. Ana blend drill na trap which informs combination yake ya rap na melodic rap singing. Challenge ni anahitaji kuihone ili ajue vile ya kuifanya seamless na when. Ana usual tropes za buzz za madem, violence and such. Alafu, kuna hii line, mi ni msanii kusoma stambui. At Stacy Nduta on Twitter, alirecommend Transmission ya Amira Ma featuring Ambassa Mandela. Produced by Dylan S, director Ria Anna Sejpal, shot na edited by Akash Chotai. Transmission ya meditation na activation. Ina stay faithful to its guidance and or preachiness depending on how unaiangalia. One of the potent moments ni Amira kusema the activation is taking place, then Dylan ana correspond with a production change. Attire, body movements, the body itself na water ni some of the symbols employed kwa video ku encapsulate elegance, beauty na transition. Approach ya Akash ya shooting matches everything about the concept ya divine consciousness. Vocals za Amira kuwa mixed the way they are, works. For Mandela, mixing yake haiwork perfectly na vocal performance yake. Dearest child of the land. Which land? Sijui. Do you know yourself? Our very own at _Nyanchama on Twitter alisema Dunia by MC Yala na Deb Master, video by Jan Moss. First impression, kuna several hip-hop acts preceding Yala who are of a similar archetype that na feel kwa style yake. There goes the brain na its attachment to familiarity. Following thought, ni coincidence wimbo wake ni Dunia na amedunga ka Brenda Fassie. At this point na mistake Fassie na Princess Julie, but una get point here the heart. Another observation is this subversive musical approach where artists use a danceable, hype, fun-having track kuongelea grave issues. Kwa kesi ya Dunia ni masaibu yetu sociopolitically ya Nairobi, wamejuxtapose na this energetic electronic production na watu kwa flow kuenjoy the music, si kusikia na kuelewa the lyrics. Na appreciating hii juxtaposition, even here I do. The lyrics na rhyming ingawaje ni basic level. At Brian Kiprono on Instagram alirecommend ngoma mbili. Ya kwanza ni Headshot by Ace Masiga featuring Lil Gash. No credits. Hii gengeton jam ina stress point ya Millers ya getting money juu Ace na Gash wana make calls to the bank. Na pia wanakulisha watu ma headshot form za Bonnie and Clyde. Approach ya ku-alternate verses ni interactive na playful. It supports the fun nature of the song sonically na lyrically. Intended to be a banger, ipatia spin uniambie kama wametimiza. Pia Ace na Gash wanafaa wichangamkie mtandaoni na short clips on what the outcome can be if they haven't yet. Ya pili ni Somo by Yuka. No credits as well. Hapa ni house vibes na dhuluo, a blend that offers us a number of moments in the song. Ina make commentary on social human behavior. Iwapo vocal mix ingejel better na track inge-enhance the experience even more. Seeing that ni ngoma ya Jan 2020 na the only song nimeona from them, sijui kama Yuka ana more stuff ningependa kuindulge. Also, yeye na Masiga ni part of muziki kisasa. Nilireview ngoma yao Nairobi kwa Mziki ya Wiki 2.0 on 21st August last year. Coming in from our very own Sisi Babo on Facebook, tuna Hello ya Deeper Connection produced by Brian Murgor. Hii ni the last song kwa their debut EP Notable Manners released at Santuri East Africa early this year on January 21st. Since the launch sijasikia the project, so imekuwa ni kama nasikia Hello afresh. Ni groovy na rhythmical na in various ways from the music to the lyrics ina maintain essence ya Deeper Connections live music, which is where they excel na through which wameji-establish. Ice who straddle two worlds simultaneously where ako intricate na layered na catchy and easy to sing along to. Sijui kama ni kumix the shakers too thin ama ziko programmed, it sounds to be the latter, but hiyo ni element moja wapo ingeshughulikiwa kama mixing ya vocals za Ice. Suggestion ingine ya Babo ni Mganga Mkuu ya Macadam. The only credit ni that it's a catable video. Macadam anatumia mziki, tradition na culture kuexpress role ya msanii kama mponyaji, kama mganga mkuu. Simple video, imeshutiwa magizani, situating us kwa a cultural performance context and the utility, as with traditional African music, idea ya utility that is, ni kudance na kuheal. The traditional combines with the modern and electronic. Imeandikwa in a way that unafeel kama una-experience Macadam live. Kutranslate hiyo feeling on record inakuanga challenging sometimes. Siko sure kama nimeona Macadam akiperform huu wimbo live, lakini I think I have. Babo alisuggest Holes ya Njoki Karu as well, but nishaisikia before na nimereview kwa blog kwa Mziki ya Wiki 17 on December 27th, 2020. On Instagram, our very own Edna Sangaka, manager wa Waithaka, alisuggest Ananipenda remix, ana mapiano vibe rendition by Waithaka. Credits za the song ni as they are kwa the original, with Waithaka handling the remix. Cheki Mziki ya Wiki 2.06 for my review of that version. It starts off slow, but even then Zaituni bado ni Zaituni. Uniqueness yake na essence yake ni zile zile. Nimemwona akiperform Ananipenda live mara kadhaa, so nikisikia hii remix na feel nikana muona live. Ametoka tu kuiperform Cheche during Liboy's session. At this point tuta agree that amapiano drums zimekuwa standard, so there's nothing much from that end, ila it's an amapiano remix, so it dictates the direction. Kando na Zaituni, as highlighted, high points zingine ni the synth keys, guitar za Kabaseke, of course, na the new groove that the song has. Asante sana for your recommendations. Now, on to my selection. Tunaanza na Ulala ya Bigiasa featuring Davaji, produced by Domishanja, shot na edited by Calivan Creatives. Ni track ya May 2021, video imetoka December last year. The opening scene ni powerful. Kuna school kids rapping along to the song kwa concert, then wanaifollow na quote ya Nipsey, the highest human act is to inspire. Ulala is a guitar-inspired drill track over which Biggs na Davaji wanaongelea social na economic concerns zinazobedevil the youth na how zinawashape. While Davaji ako more in the rhythm than Yasa, who I feel lacks precision, delivery na cadences zao ni very typical na samey. Kuna some camera shots na appreciate na vile wana play na color, though the overall angle inafanya video iend up imekuwa kawaida. Vile inaanza nafikiria, wouldn't it have been amazing kama wangetumia huyo mtoi kama the character na maintain kurap verse nzima ya Yasa. Merital ana collaborate na Toxic Punisher on Keep Calm, produced by Soundcraft, directed by Director Craft. Talking of typical and samey, listen to Ulala, then Keep Calm zikifuatana na a Brooklyn Boys track, utapata the full picture. Ina tap into what drill is, lakini na concept ya kukwambia keep calm juu amejam. The simplistic DIY video harkens back to era ya gengeton ikianza. Diana Codes na Suicide wanatupatia Riswa 3, produced, mixed and mastered by RS66, director ni Gloria Chelangat, shot na edited by Ken the DLL. Riswa 1 na Riswa 2 ziko kwa Wada, sophomore album ya Suicide. Riswa 3 is another guitar inspired drill track. Kuna many of these in the scene na the approach feels and sounds stark. Lyrically, Codes na Saida wana explore their journeys, their place in society, politics, gava. Saida coming off as someone mwenye either alikuwa na kitu ya kuprove ama alikuwa tu kwa zone. Notwithstanding the mixing, ako kwa rhythm more na ana lyrics kama tuko sandwiched between poverty na marriage. Direction ya video ina center the MCs but hatuna cha kuderive artistically. Musa Kiyama ana feature Idi Singer kwa The Plan. Produced by Grandmaster Tech, alimix Ace ya masauti niliyoficha last week. Pia alimix na Kamaster Duru ya Master Quest na Ngala and Darasa ya Kalamoto nilizo review on week 30. Visuals ni by King Cassidy. The Plan ni ngoma ya kwanza from Kiama's upcoming album MK10 Volume 2. Siko big on vile Edie ana fit into the track, one that merges a boom bap feel with trap 808s, melodic strings na horn segments, which has to do na delivery ya the choruses. Pre-chorus ya after verse 1 yenye ni kama verse yake put up a performance. As for MK, this as the track that should psych people up for the album, more iwe put into the writing na rhymes ili iwe stronger. Naona anachojaribu na the last verse lakini the execution doesn't cut it. Naye Samido anamshirikisha Prince Inda on Bado na Kupenda. Unakumbuka ya King Kaka, sampling Safari Soundband. Anyway, this one iko directed na Fela Infinity. Immediately the video starts, I think to myself, another Railway Museum video. Wanaenda the vintage direction with the concept, which, as former lover wa Samido anapick simu on the other end, seated kwa a leather seat, immediately makes me think about my sentiments kuhusu vijana barubaru's romantic call. Hiyo kutofollow through na idea completely where each element ties to your temporal-spatial setting. Also, hawafocus sana on the story visually. The dance troupe haiongezi much kwa video. Samido na Inda ni musical giants wanaomerge their cultural sounds. Generally, ina lean more towards Ohangla na Luo Benga, lakini hiyo baseline ni primarily Mugithi na pia segments za the lead. Chorus ina unify in Swahili, then kuna point Inda anaimba in Gikuyu, Samido in the Luo, walijituma na wakaget imaginative. Anyway, importantly, dear child of the universe, najua ulimpenda, I know, lakini huna budi kumove on. Bado hapo kwa mapenzi, tuna Haupo by Echo 254. Produced by TK2, visuals by Renaissance, AD Media. More amapiano vibes on Haupo ni combination ya the South and the East. Amapiano, South, delivery yake, East, specifically Tanzania, anaimba kawa wasanii wa bongo. In addition to the influences, kuna sample ya Beyonce's Crazy in Love, Unless My Ears Are Crazy. Moments zangu za appreciation ni the synth basslines na hizo strings hapo mwanzoni. Pia melody yake kumatch instrumentation kwa chorus. Bado hapo kwa mapenzi, but a different kind of love, tuna Cannibal, Chosen One na Umenipenda. Produced by B Sound Studio, director ni Augustine. Tune ya Cannibal hapa ni literally Amenitendea na another tune that I thought of first but sikuweza iplace. Yuko kwa his reggae bag as he worships and praises the Lord. The lead guitar lines add spice to the production. Uandishi na visuals ni as common as gospel music goes. Sijasikia Cannibal in a long time. Sihisi ameluza step na I can even say niko willing kusikia tracks zake zingine. Sina idea kama watu walimsikia as ali transition to gospel wali feel the same ama kulikuwa na turbulent musical days. Was the decision ya Sauti Sol kuchukua an indefinite hiatus too easy? Sijui. Will it be too easy on the fans? Sijui. Or, angalia comments kwa post yao ya the announcement. We however know for sure that for BN something else is too easy katika wimbo wake mpya na DJ Edu. Co-written na Andrew Smart, produced by DJ Edu, co-produced na Carson Hayes, director Omoke Choreo, Art in Motion. The collaboration reminds me of Dimension na Fully Focus, idea ya working with a DJ. Ni mimi tu ama kunaye mwingine aliyefikiria matata siko fiti wakati video inaanza? Baada ya kuinterpolate Les Wanyika hapo mwanzo wa wimbo, BN anaambia lava wake vile anamtesa na vile ni rahisi kumpenda. Some of the lyrics na jinsi anaziimba, don't hate, kayopatia offense, nimeweka defense. Omoke amechopizo dance scenes creatively. Hizo BGVs. Si Zenia? BN ako katika mission ya kujiestablish as a global artist. This Afrobeats jam is another of his songs that will be doing the rounds. MRRIGHT wa Brooklyn Boys anaambia watu talk is cheap. Produced by R14 Beats, director ni Badman Bright. Refer to remarks earlier made on the production on this song. Guitar informed drill production. Pia cheki our review of East mpaka London. Nilisema from a compositional standpoint, ngoma zao who sound one long track with little to no variation. Inafanya ngoma iwe bland. By the time inaisha, unafilio energy the Trace FM interview that opens haijakuwa sustained and explode. Curious, what's the future of drill? From Talk is Cheap, tunaenda kwa Wairez Achana Now. Produced by Ihaji Medit, director ni Mike G. Coming from ile collab nili review last week ya Vivian featuring Waire, hii naisi kama ki redemption. Waire was still Waire, but the song overall was just. Ihaji na Mike ndio waliifanya pia. Hata kuna one of the sets inakaa kama set walitumia kwa rhythm and flow. Nitasisitiza point ya Cannibal not losing a step. The same applies to Waire, si kuachana nao pekee but also kwa other songs as well past his heydays. Ana sound spirited na ana match energy ya Ihaji. Hii technique ya kuweka msanii na character kwa same room but oblivious of each other, Mike anaitumia hapa pia. That's lazy. The many shots za Waire are just that, many shots. Uigizaji ungekuwa more natural. Waire is a standout here na performance yake. Bado kwa mapenzi na huba kuna Come Get It ya Gravity na Wambui Rare. Director ni Kefa Oiro. Wambui anafungua this dancehall track vile inafaa, playing na language, melody na uimbaji. Okinda na her fellow Gravity vocalist wanakuwa na wakati mgumu kumaintain kiwango cha hiyo verse 1. Though Okinda anapull a similar harmonized melodic approach akikaribia kumaliza verse yake as Wambui does. Editing pia ya video I get the best of the song, attempting some effects that don't work na the general direction. Kuna production elements kwa beat zinazo infuse energy na dynamism. Mapenzi yana run dunia. Kweli mlishaambiwa na mwana falsafa. Tuko na Power Slide featuring Jay on Happy, produced by Willie Ojiro and Wilson Muya, mixed by Willie, mastered by Harvey Hare, guitar ni Jay, Aroning, shot by Tant Arts, director na editor ni Willie. Anafanya kila kitu. One thing new credit Power Slide for ni kuwa able to align what a song says to how it sounds and feels. Happy is no exception. In instances unaweza hisi the track ni upbeat and danceable juu ya the electropop element, lakini kuna a wave of melancholy throughout. Pick ya hii hisia being the question, will you ever even hear this song, followed by a wailing guitar solo. Happy ina videos mbili. Moja ni video game themed, the sequel ni a real life visual featuring a model at the gym being happy. Zina deal na hili swali la happiness kwa njia tofauti. The quirky vocal aesthetic inanipatia taki ya kusikia sophomore album ya Power Slide. Nilireview their debut Cheshire Green for MWE last year. The Funkettes once again team up with Nick Worthy of Andromeda Studio to create 100 Million Tears. Produced by Nick, vocals by Madeline Albright Kanyadudi, music, lyrics, guitars, bass by Colbert Oz Akunga. Anafanya kila kitu kao Jiro, drums na percussion by Nick, video by Watchman Broadcast. As far as the video, the duo is still focused on narrative concepts. Hii ni a cyclical idea where we return to where we started once video inaisha after a story in between. Still, wanahitaji kublend the narration na performance shots better, na hizo shots za performance pia ziwe better na wacheze na grading overall. As far as the music, from the onset, I was invested. The African sounding intro had me. Later into the track, unanotice walikuwa na intention ya kufuse sounds na wana execute. Juu kuna a groovy reggae sounding beat ka crescendo somewhere katikati. The music is exciting toka mwanzo hadi closing solo ya Colbert katika hatima. Madeline is also on one, peaking during the last 4 lines at the bridge. Nasikiza 100 Million Tears nikijiambia, this is my favorite Funkettes song thus far. From the Funkettes to Dead Skin Remedy with Prophecy of the Blind. No credits. Listening to this song instantly brought to memory On Death and Dying, single yao niliyoficha kwa blog kwa Mziki ya Wiki 80 on March 13th last year. This 2021 song is a DIY video yenye ina mix footage of a myriad of activities. Zile zimeongezwa effects, from performances to the band walking and talking to the camera and more. Prophecy of the Blind ni lulling, hypnotic na addictive. Do you play with guns and pretend we are fine? Kufuatia ni Ibada by DJ Tintin, Dilly, Vudusela na Elisha Elai. Produced, mixed and mastered by House of Dilly, assistant production by Maga. Nili expect verses from both MCs, but the 2 verses ni za Vudusela as Elisha Elai analyzed the chorus. Hii ndio title track ya Tintin's EP. Kama Cannibal na Waire, Vudusela haja lose a step. Lakini kuna ceiling alifika na kabaki hapo. Listen to the references, kiza rap techniques na this couldn't be clearer. The song builds, yet niko stuck kwa the ominous churchy intro. Apart from that, Elia na seti chorus solid, inaambatana na hiyo switch na energy Dilly ameeka. Kinachofuata ni gospel versus secular collaboration ya Ben C and B Classic, produced by Denzel, Champion Studio na CZ Lux ENT ama LAX ENT, lyric video by CZ. Gospel versus secular as a title ni attention grabber. So nilikuwa curious. Ben C na B Classic classic wanajadiliana kuhusu the two and their implications, haswa ukizingatia gospel artists moving to secular or to what are identified as secular spaces. Nje imaginative ya kuwa na haya mazungumzo. After finding the beat still, gladly kuna moments za reprieve when kuna a rumba segment as the two vocalists talk about rumba night. Production wanatumia na wanavyoimba ni vitu tumesikia sana. The carbon copy experience si inviting. Idea ina ubunifu regardless. Kunafaa kuwa na a rap version where kuna mmoja anatetea gospel na mwingine secular. You heard it here first. Wasanii commission ikuje. Ekodida ana collaborate na Julia Wilkanda on Masterpiece. Director ni superb. Hiyo accent ya Julia, Masterpiece ilianza na shangaa anasema nini. Besides that, mix ina sound low. Na withstand until Ekodida aingie. Najiuliza ulirekodia verse yako wapi? It's terribly low. This being a dancehall song works against them. Juu beat ni overwhelming. Wange-engineer better, watu wapate the message of encouragement clearer. Apart from parts unaweza sikia, kama when Dida uses his echo flow, itabaki umesikia production as you dance to hizo energetic choreos. He is all about his truth. Naongelea Pseudo Boss on No Cap. Produced by Luigi, mixed and mastered by Kayo Real, visuals by Antivirus. Unaweza tell walikosa concept ya kutumia for the video. Luigi provide the Zozanation saini with a trap track. Pseudo anago the braggadocio way na writing yake. Off his Zozanation debut album, Sick, No Cap si motivating for one kwenda kucheck out the rest of the record. However, and a few rhyme pockets. Since si focus ya beat, sitataja the guitar kwa outro. Another Zozanation person tukona Skilo, akishirikisha Scam Cardinali on Mandem. Produced by Snippes, ama Snipes, mixed and mastered by Arrest66. Scully features Skilo on 420 to 47365 niliyo cover on Mziki ya Wiki 2.0 Mandem ina a quirky, partly inaudible chorus which ina grab attention. Ni the closer kwa album ya Skilo, The Wrong Dawn, ilitoka March. Ki production hii pia ni ya guitar inspired trap beat. Lyrics ni inconstant, but kuna attempt ya kurevolve around idea ya Mandem. Ska huruka kwa tracks za watu na najiseparate as an MC. Hii ni one of those moments from a flow standpoint. Hizo auto-tuned BGVs haziko well executed. Tuzidi na mapenzi. Zini ya Manase akona single yake mpya Temporary Love. Produced by Mombru, co-produced na Adrian Forbes, mixed by Tyler J. Scott. Additional mixing engineer ni Ryan Buzz. Additional vocals by Jarius Banks, mastered by Alex Ness. Temporary Love ni ngoma ya kwanza from Zinia's upcoming album. Sentiments zake za uncertainty zinanipeleka to Maybe, EP yake na Ukweli, of which they've just released video ya Love Me or Leave Me. I Want It to Be Us, No More Temporary Love, ndio position yake kijumla. Ana achieve intent ya this R&B jam kwa sababu ya timing yake, execution, harmonies, generally her musicality. Siko that big on it, ila I take away from it being a good start to the forthcoming album. I'm here for it. Msanii mwingine with an album Gianni ni Nviri the Storyteller, anashirikisha Bien na Bensoul on Nikilewa. Produced by Henrik Sam. Based on ile fusion ya Henrik on this one na John Nviri's debut album, itakuwa na sounds diverse. Besides, vile may break into different phases is another fact to back that statement. Hii ni ya wale wa kizomba with horn segments to hold you as well. Generally, hii ni wheelhouse ya Nviri na wenzake Bien na Suda. Choruses zao huwa na vitu relatable na hapo ndio huwa anateka watu kwa sana. Siko on board with the chipmunk vocals. We wait for the album. Ina drop this week on Friday, 26th. From Pombe tuende kwa mtandao. Flyer ana present Real World Internet. Produced, mixed na mastered by Flyer. Hii ni single ya kwanza ya Flyer's forthcoming project. Wasanii wa Komboka mbaya. Ana address how we portray ourselves and move mtandaoni. Anauliza, are we feeling ourselves too much? Then, baadaye ana state stance yake. Many will say I'm hating, but I know something different, which is that we are fake. Are you? Flyer anaanza kutupoke na song title Real World Internet, something playful na thought-provoking. Kufuatia, anawasilisha mawazo yake over a groovy Afrobeats track, a catchy bassline na horns to percussion, neat guitar lines, the hi-hats, don't do it. Latest single ya Beatty ni Obvious. Or is it? Produced by Wesley Tides. Following Pretty Overload, niliyofeature week 12, na Personal featuring Karun, niliyofeature week 37. Obvious is the third track from Beatty's upcoming EP, Pink PM. Amekuwa akiitease for a while now. Hiyo opening guitar line ilicombine na the gentle sentimental keys zikaprove enough kuniconvince niko in for a certain emotional journey. Zinakala na zinadefine the Afrobeats inspired R&B song. Beatty anazungumzia safari yake through ups and downs as a life. In what I will say is the best song out of the 3 zenye zimetoka. As the EP's opener ni a punchy start. Is Karun's na Zinnia's influence on Beatty obvious? Single ya kwanza ya Groovy Joy ya 2023 ni Today, produced by Lamar. Last tracks nilisikiza za Groovy ni From Shrapping Rage, collaborative project yake na Asam Gavi. This trap song is just another Groovy Joy song, just another trap song. Punchlines ka misi kitanda huwezi nilaza ama venye na waroga wananiita mganga are downright lazy. To add, analines kadhaa zile na phrase hivo venye ni diction. Though, venye ana attack chorus ni proper. Ngoma inafuata ni Liquor Store by Ochunglo, produced by Larry Beats, mixed na mastered by Jegede, shot by Dante. Ochunglo and Co wanadai kwenda Liquor Store na hawana do. So, watu wachange accordingly. From the trajectory of the storyline, wanaenda sherehe kiukweli magizani. Hata ka video editor ana insist kutuonyesha unnecessary shots za mchana once we transition to the current moment kwa club. Creatively, each of them akianza verse anafanya an interpolation of a dancehall classic, Tempted to Touch by Rupi, Everywhere I Go by Mr. Vegas na No Man by TOK. Ochunglo bado inaendeleza their gengeton gospel. Kwa mixing, kazi ingefanywa better. Speaking of people who do everything, Elsafan Njora anawak na Manase Shalom on Space Year 2. Because ni an ode to childhood, the games na references mentioned zitakuwa what we've heard kwa such songs. Tofauti ni Njora na Manase wanatumia nostalgia kureminisce na kuserenade. A fun and collaborative effort, nilisikia the acoustic version of this pop trap rap song at church during session ya Kendin Konge Mohol. Ina demand frivolousness na that's what we get from Njora na Manase. Basma ana feature Unjust on OD. Wana OD on mapenzi na desire. It can be poison, dear child of the universe. Wana explore sound textures tofauti on this R&B track, playing around pia na voice tones na pitches. Ina excel mostly in its beat switches na mood changes, despite kusha abruptly. Ni a satisfactory start to 2023 for Basma. Kabuga ana keep it going kwa wimbo wake mpya, mixed na mastered by The Noster. Ni a trap banger that would have benefited a lot from lyrical focus na potency. Tuna a chorus yenye inalay foundation ya ngoma, however the writing ni commonplace na forgettable. Two last things. Kwanza, Kabuga na make claim that ye ni mbuzi, that ye ni goat. Pili, ana pull an octopizo na incorporate a goat bleating after hiyo bar. Speaking of bars, kuna more than one kwa our next song, 100 bars catalog freestyle ya Hitman Cut. Ana rap over beat ya the Notorious B.I.G's Notorious B.I.G. Since ni freestyle, themes zinakubalika kuwa all over the place. Shida ni vile inafanywa. At almost 2 minutes in, I am done. Note, after memaliza verse yake with a pseudo-intellectual argument, the beat runs for almost a minute. Sitasema ati some classics shouldn't be touched. Nitasema, ukimake assertions, ascertain them, kujilinganisha na Hove, Dre, na Ye over a B.I.G beat, otherwise, unajoin the many MCs who, in an attempt to diss other MCs, end up dropping self-referential lines. Our next one ni Kambua za Metenda Zaidi, written by Paul Clement, produced by Benjamin Magambo, director ni Sami D, edited by The Visual Surgeon. Kama the following song kwa hii list, Kambua na acknowledge greatness ya Mungu. Kwa the main scene, ameka in a room with blue walls filled with sticky notes, zile ameandika na anazidi kuandika traits za Mungu on. Anahesabu abundant blessings zile ametunukiwa. There is something about how those slow-mo clips fit within the video. Production is stripped down kwa verses, allowing Kambua kushare her story. Kuwa solo kwa video assists with focusing on her as well. Strings zinazofungua wimbo ni emotional. The guitar solo also delivers. Hapo kwa kufanya ngoma 6 minutes ndio story ingine. Considering that cadence yake kwa verses inabaki the same for a while, ina get tiresome. Besides kusikia platitudes. As aforementioned, the next song kwa list ni Wewe ni Mungu ya Amani featuring Pitson, a live performance. Produced by Wonder Magic, visuals Trey Jules, BGV's Karura vocals. From Cannibal to Waire, Ekodida, and now Amani. legends on the board. Apart from the love child, the rest sijawasikia in forever. Amani's vocal abilities ni zile zile. Pitson pia anamuongeza kwa hiyo list, sijamsikia kwa muda. Wewe ni Mungu is an Afropop praise and worship song inayo acknowledge God's never changing character, ever faithful, ever present, etc. Kawaida. The musicality is very current, still steeped in worship. BGVs wanna add to the atmosphere of the track. Hizo cheat shots za some band members ni obvious. Kwa wengine wetu ikija kwa noticing, kuifanya ni rahisi. Cafe Miwan na Trio Mio. Production by Sifa, video by Pete Designs. Animation videos were entertaining to watch. That's what Femi ana to offer via the visually detailed Rahisi. Track 7 on her 9-track EP, Dem Kutoka Wiki, released on 8th April. Sifa ko on some boom bap energy production. At this point, nimekuwa a broken record ikija kwa Femi Uno. Kila saa tu ni kusema vile material yake ni repetitive na uninteresting. As for Trio, while sipendi voice yake, anazidi kuwa consistent na multisyllabic style yake ya kuandika. With age na growth na varied content, ni kitu ita improve stature yake ka rapper. Next ni Kiboko by Budalagi, a hyped 4-minute head nodding jam that transports you to the dance floor. Hizi ni zile jams za kutesa pale kwa stage ya Boiler Room kwa sets za the likes of Budalagi, Monrea from around midnight, ama kwa dance floor ya The Mist on a Friday night that is all about techno. Nilireview Budalagi kwa Mziki ya Wiki 2.0. Next we have Nene K na BITB Freestyle, produced by FK Beats, visualizer by Michael Jesse J. Nene is back in the building. BITB kutuambia nini imekuwa ikifanyika maishani mwake. The beat is perfect for his introspective raps, as nilitaja kwa blog kwa Mziki ya Wiki 142. That's his zone. Kuna contrast ya visualizer na lyrics. It's sunny, kuna palm trees, ilhali Nene anashare demons zake za pain na pressures za life. Afuatai ni Lukorito na Agent Mgumbe, opener ya debut tape yake Agent Mgumbe Volume 1, released on 28th April. It's a cinematic experimental start, inakukeep engaged through its 2 minutes. Akili Black na Alchemist wana this style of production kwa some of their works. Mnaweza sikia Al Sweatshirt na Amanda Hama wakidunda kwa hii beat. Sijasikia tape, but nashuku hita kwa one of the joints from there nitakuwa na replay sana. Kumfuata ni TG Black with 301 dash asterisk 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 dash asterisk 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 asterisk. That's the song title. Produced by Thao, I believe. Or rather, I guess, I suppose. TG huwea hati yake kwa her sleeves. Nakumbuka nikimsikia na nikamficha kwa blog kwa Mziki ya Wiki 83. That was Cap Chronicles, my intro to her that led me to listening to more of her catalog. Honesty yake remains a feature katika Sanaa yake, aki-express deep feelings over a drum and keyboard-inspired beat. A Mick Jenkins, Mike Miller type of beat. Ability yake kumove between rapping and singing in this mellow, vulnerable way ni part of her allure. Kwa song description, amepena disclaimer kuhusu mixing abilities zake, and truly kitu kimoja una note ni jinsi high frequencies za sauti yake ziko high. An earworm nonetheless. Kwa our following song, Iminza and I Feel a Vibe, produced by AU1R. I am almost certain I am mispronouncing the name. Mixed by Iminza and Lakeside Trip, mastered by Lakeside Trip, director ni Steph Sevani, editors Michelle Donde na Steph Sevani. A feel good song with a colorful feel good video. Inaunganisha a narrative concept with a performance concept. Imi amebuild a rapport with this person mwenye anamvunja moyo ama ni kujivunja after Imi's performance, juu anapata the person's person amefika na ameka naye kule Imi alikuwa ameketi before in the stage. Then it's all a fantasy. It's such a common idea. Sevani's take ni kuturevealia the fantasy mwisho, contrary to the norm. Kingine ingawaje ni would it have been better kama ingebaki jinsi ilikuwa bila hiyo conclusion. Melodies, harmonies on point, an easygoing R&B tune, lakini vocals za Imi ziko subdued. Kufuatia tuna Jalanda by Straight Line Connection, mixed and mastered by Silver, video by The Black Jurist. Jalanda ilikuwa released on 29th July as the lead single ya SLC's sophomore album Out With A Vengeance iliyotoka on 28th October 2022. It's mostly a black and white performance type video that reminds me of last year's Tragedies March from the Underground. Touch ya Black Jurist complements story ya Jalanda, a tale of a special, determined and loving father from a village in Jalanda who left his homeland with a turban and a comb, risking it all for his family. With each listen, I keep thinking vile hatuna odes to fathers. Pia, with each listen, I keep enjoying the musicality more. The growls na intense instrument segments build the story and give it an ebb and flow motion. Out with a vengeance, here I come. Our next one is Send Me Home ya Andromeda na Ode to the Blind, produced by Nick Worthing, written by Amos Kipto, I believe, cause description imeandikwa Amos Kipton, as well as Nick Worthy na Florence Acheng, video by Watchmen Broadcast. Nilichosema kuhusu 100 Million Tears ya The Funkets, ndio nita-emphasize kuhusu Watchmen Broadcast. Washughulikie the angles, the shots na grading. Concept pia juu nilikuwa gripped na intro ya video, but hiyo mystique ilifade since the rest of the video doesn't hold up to that. That being said, writing ya ode ni compelling. Ina embody the dark thoughts na feelings that anazo. Ana merge na instrumentation, the result being a coordinated expression from both sides that unapata several moments. Slight alterations kwa mixing zita aid to bring the best out of them. Kumfuata ni Naomi Washira with Sometimes I Worry. Lyrics and music by Naomi, or is it Naomi? Hii ndio the lead single and title track of her new EP, imetoka May 12th. Such a beautiful, expressive folk song and video that encapsulates fears na anxieties za motherhood in terms of whether malezi yako kama mama yatasuffice kuprepare mwanawe for the world ahead of them. Precise and compelling a song, na look forward to the rest of the EP. Next ni Alert by Lil Minor, directed by Omoke. Concept ya GTA immediately reminds you of Wakadinali's Nyara Nyara. Vile Minor na imba chorus reminds you of Kishash. Ni kujaribu kurecapture a moment ama ni death ya ideas. Still, on that chorus, akiimba a tease alert ana sound ka Isa. With the dance choreographies and the gengeton dancehall sound, tunajua Alert iko geared towards seeking a hit song. Suggested by the man himself, Tikiola Valate, on Saturday for his 30th birthday. Hii ni Hatari by Traboli na Akili Black. Kwenye mitambo ni Akili Black, kama vile nilimpata kio kwenye mitambo when nilifika La Valate iyo Jumamosi. Traboli aliniambia nimecheki na review 50 songs. Review Hatari. Ndio hawa sisi. Sikuwa na plan kugusa 2, aka maliza roho 2, until time nafanya a first listen reaction. Mipango imebumburushwa. Tra na Akili Black waliperform Hatari on 9/11 last year during their Cheche session, as the album opener ina similarities to His Park opener ya 1. Musically na lyrically, the two alchemists cannot miss. Wanafanya enough for an intro kuku prep for the album na kuku invite uisikize. One of hizo similarities nasema ni the lower volume ya vocals za Tra zikiingia after the introductory section. Matters of the Heart ni Hatari. Tra anasema atakuwa barely breathing in his 30s. Acha tutamaliza hii story nikimaliza roho 2. And those have been 50 songs to commemorate Mziki ya Wiki 2.0 50. Kitu ilianza tu juzi, niambie sijaandika historia. Let my labor be commensurate to the ego feeding metrics. Tafadhali, likes, comments, subscription, hizo zote. Question: are you this far? Asante sana for your time. Oh, reminder vile nilianza, to a budding critic, to a critic, whoever wants to try and do such and is thinking na una contemplate, tafadhali jipende, usikue kama mimi. Do not try this at home. Do not.